Okay, so frontal bone, on frontal bone, supraorbital margin, supraorbital notch, coronal suture, sagittal suture, the parietal bones, the lambdoid suture, occipital bone, the sagittal suture, which you can't see, and the temporal squamous, good job. Squamous suture, and the temporal bones. Okay. Okay, on the bottom, you have the mastoid process, styloid process, stylomastoid foramen in there. The one that does not go through is the parotid canal, and then the jugular foramen. Then you have the hypoglossal canal, which is underneath, and it goes through there. You have the foramen magnum and the occipital condyles. And don't laugh. You have the internal occipital protuberance, the external occipital protuberance, the superior nuchal line, and I'm forgetting the external acoustic meatus and the internal acoustic meatus. On the inside, you have the foramen ovale. You have the foramen spinosum. The little one there is spinosum. You have the foramen lacerum. Underneath, right above that, you have the foramen rotundum. You have the optic canal, which is up here. Comes to the front. You also have the superior orbital fissure. Comes through. And then you also have the inferior orbital fissure. Here on the maxillobone, you have the infraorbital foramen. On here you have the sella turcica, which is the indentation. The dorsum sellae is the raised part. You have the anterior clinoid processes right above the optic canal. You have the greater wing of the sphenoid, which is this area down here, the lesser wing of the sphenoid, which is up here. You have the crista galli, and surrounding that is the cribiform plate, and there are the cribiform foramina underneath you can't see. To the front, or underneath, you have the pterygoid process. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you have the lateral plates of the pterygoid and the medial plates of the pterygoid. This back part right here is the perpendicular plate of the palatine process, and the horizontal plates of the palatine, which is the back half of the hard palate. And then you have the palatine foramina. And very bottom, you have the incisive canal at the very front. Then you have the alveolar processes, which the teeth. Then move back to the front. You have the middle nasa concha on each side, and then you have the inferior nasal concha on each side. The part that sticks out is part of the vomer bone, and the vertical line is the perpendicular plate of the ethmoid. And you go to the mandible. You have the mental protuberance, mental foramen. You have the alveolar processes with the teeth, the body of the mandible, the ramus of the mandible, the condylar process, and the coronoid process. You have the mandibular notch, mandibular notch, and the mandibular angle. That's the skull.